Welcome everybody. In this video I'm going to show you how to create press molds or press stamps in that case for floor tiles that you can use on your miniature bases. So before I started to work on the actual pattern on the stamp, and you can see this is just a wood block with a tiny layer of Miliput on top that I was carving into, and I used a very simple tool, self-made tool, as you can see here. It's just a brass rod that I've used my sandpaper machine on to get into shape. And for the largest surfaces, I just used the chisel form here, and if I wanted to do detail, I just turned it around like this and just use the edge to carve all the detail here. So before I started with the carving, I had a few ideas or a few thoughts of what I wanted to do with my floor tiles, and I knew that I wanted a pattern that was going to repeat itself. So I just had these 4 quadrants, and then I tried to do a shape that spans all the 4 quadrants and repeats itself, so I can also use it on really large areas in case I ever did a very large show base. The good thing is these things, you can just recycle them and use them over and over, and even if you just do partial prints, you can just use these partial tiles in smaller bases. But anyway, so there's tons and tons of floor tile designs, and I think I'm not too talented in creating my own floor tiles, but I still try to do it. So if you want to create more complex shapes, you can actually look up floor tiles on Google and then just copy the designs or expand on existing designs and so on. So in my case, I had the idea because I figured this was maybe not the direction to go. I figured I wanted a central piece, and the first thing that I drew was a circle. And in the very first draft, I thought maybe I'm going to have the circle in all 4 edges and then have something in the middle. But I kind of went away from that, and just doing that, and this is by no means a nomenclature that is official, that's just the thoughts that I had and the stuff that I came up with. I looked at the floor tile and drew a line in the middle and then said, okay, there's a left side and a right side, and the left side is different from the right side. So I called that AB. And I also called it mirrored because this side and this side are the same. That was an interesting approach, but I kind of didn't like that there's no repeating patterns on the left and on the right. So I eventually came to this. I ended up using this, a middle path or a middle step that I put in was, I didn't want to go with the round shape, which also works, but it was just not what I was looking for at the moment, and I just tried squares. As you can see here, just put in a square, and then I thought, well, maybe if I put in a second square, then I have a star. And that was a shape that I was really satisfied with. And yeah, I decided that I want the pattern to repeat also on the left side, so that's what I did here, and I came up with the name of AA because this side and this side are basically the same, and mirrored because if you draw a line here, this side and this side are the same. So that's what I ended up with. I had a bit of an empty space here that I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I just did a few sketches but couldn't decide, so I just started doing this, drawing this on the actual stamp. I'm going to show you a picture of how I started. So I just drew with a pencil and then started carving, and I'm going to show it to you in the rest of the video. If you have any questions, make sure to put them in the comment section. I hope you will enjoy the rest of the video, and see you next time.